So, the three of you wake up with a mild headache and a not so fully understood sense of where you are. The ground beneath you is a light reddish sand, and the clouds above are a little disturbed. You look around and see two other people who are equally as confused as you are. And off to the side, there's a very tiny skeleton propped up on a larger rock.
We just all find ourselves here?
Yep, you all are just chilling. If anyone has...
What the fuck are we? Oh, what the fuck? I was just walking down the road. I had to get some cigarettes. The bus. Oh god, where the fuck am I?
Hi.
Is anyone else here?
Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm here too.
Hello.
This is weird. Nice sky though.
What the fuck?
What exactly does the sky look like, do you know?
So the sky above has kind of like a reddish hue, not quite a brown, but not quite like a bloody red. And the clouds are definitely moving in all different directions. There's not a rhyme or reason to how they're moving. The best word to describe it is just very erratic.
So like instead of like clouds moving one specific direction, they're all moving in different directions, kind of like...
It's like watching a whole bunch of fish in like a school moving side to side trying to dodge things that you can't really see.
You said the sky was nice?
Yeah, I like
That's
it.
bizarre. Is there anyone else here?
It's just me,
Who are you?
Martha,
What's your
and I
name?
don't exactly know who you are. I'm just sort of lost.
Does anyone remember what happened to them?
Well, went to sleep on a bus. That's about it.
I was at work, I think. And something happened.
Okay. So we have weird ass sky above us, red dirt below us. How do we look? Or do we look normal? Are we naked? Do we have clothes on?
You guys have just a regular kind of shirt and pants for the style that you were wearing last. Nothing that's going to give you any sort of advantage in the future. You guys are holding your respective items though. Or in Gucci's case, wearing hers.
Oh, these are cute.
Oh.
These are really cute.
I
don't
have a
remember where
gun.
I got this from.
He's got it. I've got a gun.
Well, not in Kansas anymore, that's for fucking sure.
I think this gun was, though.
The gun was in Kansas?
Maybe the gun was made in Kansas.
Okay, Stiller, you see, as you say we're not in Kansas anymore, the skeleton actually moves and has a very tiny notepad and starts writing something down.
Wait. Okay, I'll go first. My name is Stiller. I don't know what happened to me, but does anyone else see that? The bony dude in front of us?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Now
I
that
think
you
it was
mention
Halloween when I came here. Is it Halloween?
Now that you mention it, I do see it.
As you guys kind of look over to him, the little skeleton just kind of like stops writing for a second and just like very tiny waved you.
Oh,
Wow, animatronics sure have gone advanced.
He just looks up and just goes, "Oh, don't mind me. I'm just here to observe."
What the fuck?
Did it talk?
you got the cutest little voice.
It can talk.
It can talk.
It can talk.
Mr. Bones.
Yes.
Are we? Is that your name?
Don't really have a name.
No name. By chance, do you happen to know where we are?
Oh, you're in the Underworld.
The what?
You're in the Underworld.
Are we dead?
Assumedly.
Dead? No, then that can't be right.
Well, you're here.
Can't be right. No, still just having a panic attack.
As you start to panic, he goes back to his notepad and jots some more stuff down. Like,
What are
seemingly.
you writing?
Oh, sorry. I'm here to welcome all the strangers into the Underworld. Every time I see somebody do something that I've seen a million times, I create a little tally mark, and he just kind of like puts up the notepad, and there's just a million tiny scratches next to certain
Out of
words and stuff.
character, did you steal that from DBZA? No.
First off, I didn't steal anything. I
you
artistically appropriated it.
Artistic appropriation.
973. 1431.
Look, I spiritually relate to the fact that like certain people are gonna do the same thing over and over and over again to the same character, and he's gonna get bored and find some way to like come up with the time.
So do you just observe? You don't wait till you report to somebody?
Oh, spoilers.
What spoilers?
What?
We're dead. There's no spoilers anymore.
Well, and he kind of like taps his like lower jaw with like one of his bony fingers. Here's the thing. You guys have been randomly selected from a possible applicant pool of infinity and have been given the glorious opportunity to, how should we say, repeal your eternity.
So if we don't want to stay here, we have the opportunity to leave.
Yep. In fact, your tenure here has been decided that you may leave whenever you wish.
Great, I would like to leave now.
Good. Please look at your left wrist.
What?
What?
Look at the bottom of your left
We,
wrist.
we look at our left wrists, I assume.
So as you look there, there's two tiny tattoos. One of them of a lock and one of them of a key.
Tattooed me when I was dead?
I hope you like it. I did it myself.
Actually, the line work is pretty impeccable.
Oh, thank you.
Were you an artist in your past life?
I don't remember.
I think there's something more important than that.
The last couple of groups kind of blew me up, so it's kind of hard to like remember things from time to time.
How long have you been here?
He looks at his notepad and just keeps flipping through page after page after page after page after page. His notebook looks like a tiny little, just one you'd get from like an office, like
Like a
store.
notepad?
Yeah, it looks like a tiny little notepad. But like as he's flipping, it just keeps infinitely going. Like he never actually reaches the back where like the cardboard is.
God.
And then he just kind of does one of those like really big flips to like bring the pages he's already flipped back to the front. And it just kind of slams together with just a while.
Nothing does not obey the laws of physics.
You're gonna notice that a lot of things here don't really care about physics. As he says this, he kind of gets up and just kind of dusts him off. He puts the notepad into his ribcage from the top, and as it goes, it disappears. And on the ground where he was sitting, there is a large 20-sided gem where, like, nearby that you would only notice now that he's kind of getting up. So you want to get out of here. You've been selected to play in a little game that the Underworld has cooked up for you. You must find 9 locks and unite them with 9 keys. And to do that, you will automatically know where they're at. In fact, if you think about it, you'll know where the first one is right now. And as you kind of ponder it, there's like this pull in a certain direction beyond the rock, where you just seem to know that what you desire when thinking about the key and the lock come from that direction.
So, Mr. Skeleton, what is stopping the Underworld from just letting us go back to our lives? Why must we play this game?
What do you mean? Nothing's stopping you. You can just go. You just have to get through each level. See, the levels aren't all put together. They're kind of separate on like different planes of existence. So you gotta be able to travel between them. So it's simple. You find the keys, you find the locks, unite them, and a portal will take you from one level to another. And once you get to the top, you can just walk on out.
I assume the person who is in charge of this Underworld is extremely bored. Is that correct?
He finds ways of making things work.
Using mortals for entertainment.
Though truly, this hasn't really been fully understood. We don't entirely know why the mortals are getting a second chance. Usually it was like, oh, you died and you were kind of shitty in your life. Well, you know, you get to stay here with us and we get to have so much fun.
My character has existential dread. Oh god, I was an asshole.
Well, no matter who or what sent you down here for what or why purposes, you're clean. You have a clean bill of alignment, we'll say, and you're just allowed to get yourself out. However, and you can see his bony expression kind of twist into a tinier grin. If you die, you get to stay here with us forever and ever. So be careful. There's no second life, no second chances. This is, for all intents and purposes, your second chance.
What a fun time.
As he kind of finishes up his little spiel, a small robot that kind of resembles a metallic eyeball with little spindly legs kind of pokes out from behind the rock.
Oh god, what the fuck?
Hello.
How many legs does it have?
It has 3.
Okay. That is acceptable.
Yeah, at the bequest of one of the original players of this game, I have limited the amount of spiders and spider-like things to its absolute minimum.
Okay.
The robot looks at you and kind of like scans each one of you, not in any sort of robotic sense, but more of just it looks at you, looks like it's focusing in, and then kind of unfocuses, moves to the next one, and then does the same and repeats this process.
Mr. Skeleton, what is that?
I have no idea. It's always interesting when a new batch of you come in, because the world just seems to adapt and react to you. This apparently is your first test.
What?
What do we do with it?
The skeleton just kind of looks at you, I have no idea.
Wait, who sent you?
You know, I was just kind of told to be here.
By who?
There's a long chain of big names and demons and other horrors of the underworld that just kind of delegate tasks. It's a lot of work to torture a million bajillion people every second.
There's even middle management in hell.
Yeah.
Bureaucracy never dies, I see.
No, it just changes faces.
Oh, this is the underworld.
You said there were other people like us, correct?
Well, so here's that question kind of comes with a little bit more of a response. See, you guys have been given a special designation. You are called a stranger. You are allowed to roam amongst all of the levels of the underworld, and you are allowed to pass between them given that you have the right key and lock for said level. Everyone else is affectionately just called the Damned. So, there are other strangers, and there are the Damned. And you really won't know the difference unless you find their tattoos.
Are they on the same place for everybody that's a stranger? Wait, are there more strangers down here? Are we not the only ones?
I mean, I don't know who's died and who's not. Some of the demons like to kind of keep tabs on them like a game show. Current bets have Wizzy actually as the top contender right now. But you know.
Is Margaret Thatcher down here?
Not quite.
Damn.
It's hard to remember everyone that's here. So many people ask about Adolf, and so many people ask about Genghis Khan, and honestly, I kind of lose track of these people as they go.
Because I assume our planet is not the only planet that, wait, is it cross-dimensional? Are there multiple universes of Earths and other planets of things that just end up here?
You know, I can tell that existential dread is just not good for your mental health. So we can't dig into it too hard, and there's also some things that I'm not quite allowed to tell you. So we'll leave it as some surprises that you might hear for later on.
One time. Whoa! That is a lot to take in.
Don't worry, you have an eternity to figure it out.
But I assume things like hunger and food do not affect us here?
Occasionally you'll need this and that, and at nighttime the world gets a little, dicey.
It's hell. I would not expect anything less.
Yeah, I'm with him, honestly.
But take some amount of heart. You are no longer the damned, and therefore none of the demons have any sort of reason to have fun with you as much as they would be on their normal jobs. You're more like extra credit with no bonuses. So if they do decide to mess with you, it comes at the detriment of they're not getting their own work done. And down here, the payroll is rather dicey.
You get dental?
He just kind of like looks at his teeth. I forgot I have teeth.
Assume not then.
Are you taking a form that will understand, or are you just a skeleton?
You know, I think at one point I did have a body. I don't remember
Been
if
here
I had
so
flesh or
long.
not.
Been here so long that's degraded and lost form. Probably.
Yeah. Also, I can't really. I've been doing this for so long. It's on the edge of my brain, just trying to figure out. So some people of the damned variety are given kind of a vacation, if you will, and they get sidetracked into assisting the strangers in their journeys. Whether they run shops or certain events, or sometimes they just kind of throw a key and a lock into the normal torturing of the damned, and they just get to play along in the grand theater of it all. But truly, I don't really remember anything about how I started this position. I do rather enjoy it, though. I did get to crush a couple of strangers a few years back. It was a good time. One of them made a copy of me by accident, and and he just kind of looks a little sly. We got along a little too well.
I do not want to imagine that.
I'm imagining it.
That
Don't do that to
went
yourself.
through my brain.
So the pull that you guys feel about where the key and the lock is are directly behind the rock and from the direction that this little eyebot came from.
Alright.
Let me know if anybody decides to get up and or look around.
Won't look at the robot.
As soon as you start to move, The robot kind of skittishly like zeroes in on you and like it seems to like focus its lens at you.
Tap the eye.
You're walking up to it?
Yeah.
Okay. As you walk, are you walking to the left or right of it?
To the right.
Okay, as you move in that direction, it kind of skitters so that way it's halfway between the chest and you. And it seems to like be putting itself in front of you. There is now visible a large wooden chest, and some skittering sounds come from both the eyebot and closer to the chest.
Mr. Skeleton, are there spiders down here?
I think so. I don't know what qualifies as a spider anymore these days. If you're talking about the little spindly things with web shooting, and I've seen some of those around, yes. Some demons like to turn into them because some people have
Arachnophobia?
Eat that one.
Has anybody actually made it out of this trial alive? I guess.
Nope.
You know what I-
Nobody
no
has
one?
made it to the end. Although, to be fair, most of the strangers end up killing themselves in some spectacular fashion.